I know of nothing so helpful for the timid, those who lack faith in themselves, as the habit of constantly affirming their own importance, their own power, their own divinity. The trouble is that we do not think half enough of ourselves. We do not accurately measure our ability, do not put the right estimate upon our possibilities. We berate ourselves, belittle, efface ourselves, because we do not see the larger, diviner man in us. Try this experiment the very next time you get discouraged or think that you are a failure, that your work does not amount to much. Turn about face. Resolve that you will go no further in that direction. Stop and face the other way, and go the other way. Every time you think you are a failure, it helps you to become one, for your thought is your life pattern, and you cannot get away from it. You cannot get away from your ideals, the standard which you hold for yourself. And if you acknowledge in your thought that you are a failure, that you can't do anything worthwhile, that luck is against you, that you don't have the same opportunity that other people have, your convictions will control the result. There are thousands of people who have lost everything they valued in the world, all the material results of their lives' endeavor, and yet because they possessed stout hearts, unconquerable spirits, a determination to push ahead which knows no retreat, they are just as far from real failure as before their loss, and with such wealth they can never be poor. A great many people fail to reach a success which matches their ability because they are victims of their moods, which repel people and repel business. We avoid morose, gloomy people, just as we avoid a picture which makes a disagreeable impression upon us. Everywhere we see people with great ambition doing very ordinary things, simply because there are so many days when they do not feel like it, or when they are discouraged or blue. A man who is at the mercy of a capricious disposition can never be a leader, a power among men. It is perfectly possible for a well-trained mind to completely rout the worst case of the blues in a few minutes. But the trouble with most of us is that instead of flinging open the mental blinds and letting in the sun of cheerfulness, hope, and optimism, we keep them closed and try to eject the darkness by main force. The art of arts is learning how to clear the mind of its enemies, enemies of our comfort, happiness, and success. It is a great thing to learn to focus the mind upon the beautiful instead of the ugly, the true instead of the false, upon harmony instead of discord, life instead of death, health instead of disease. This is not always easy, but it is possible to everybody. It requires only skillful thinking, the forming of the right thought habits. The best way to keep out darkness is to keep the life filled with light. To keep out discord, keep it filled with harmony. To shut out error, keep the mind filled with truth. To shut out ugliness, contemplate beauty and loveliness. To get rid of all that is sour and unwholesome, contemplate all that is sweet and wholesome. Opposite thoughts cannot occupy the mind at the same time. No matter whether you feel like it or not, just affirm that you must feel like it, that you will feel like it, that you do feel like it, that you are normal, and that you are in a position to do your best. Say it deliberately, affirm it vigorously, and it will come true. The next time you get into trouble or are discouraged and think you are a failure, just try the experiment of affirming vigorously, persistently, that all that is real must be good, for God made all that is, and whatever doesn't seem to be good is not like its Creator and therefore cannot be real. Persist in this affirmation. You will be surprised to see how unfortunate suggestions and adverse conditions will melt away before it. The next time you feel the blues or a fit of depression coming on, just get by yourself, if possible, after taking a good bath and dressing yourself becomingly, and give yourself a good talking to. Talk to yourself in the same dead in earnest way that you would talk to your own child, or a dear friend who was deep in the mire of despondency, suffering tortures from melancholy. Drive out the black, hideous pictures which haunt your mind. Sweep away all depressing thoughts, suggestions, all the rubbish that is troubling you. Let go of everything that is unpleasant, all the mistakes, all the disagreeable past. Just rise up in arms against the enemies of your peace and happiness. Summon all the force you can muster and drive them out. Resolve that no matter what happens, you are going to be happy, that you are going to enjoy yourself. When you look at it squarely, it is very foolish, almost criminal, to go about this beautiful world crowded with splendid opportunities and things to delight and cheer us, with a sad, dejected face, as though life had been a disappointment instead of a priceless boon. Just say to yourself, I am a man, and I am going to do the work of a man. It's right up to me, and I am going to face the situation. Do not let anybody or anything shake your faith that you can conquer all the enemies of your peace and happiness, and that you inherit an abundance of all that is good. We should early form the habit of erasing from the mind all disagreeable, unhealthy, death-dealing thoughts. We should start out every morning with a clean slate. We should blot out from our mental gallery all discordant pictures and replace them with the harmonious, uplifting, life-giving ones. The next time you feel jaded, discouraged, completely played out and blue, you will probably find, if you look for the reason, that your condition is largely due to exhausted vitality, either from overwork, overeating, or violating in some way the laws of digestion, or from vicious habits of some kind. The blues are often caused by exhausted nerve cells, due to overstraining work, long continued excitement, or overstimulated nerves from dissipation. This condition is caused by the clamoring of exhausted nerve cells for nourishment, rest, or recreation. Multitudes of people suffer from despondency and melancholy as a result of a run-down condition physically, due to their irregular vicious habits and a lack of refreshing sleep. When you are feeling blue or discouraged, get as complete a change of environment as possible. Whatever you do, do not brood over your troubles or dwell upon the things which happen to annoy you at the time. Think the pleasantest, happiest things possible. Hold the most charitable, loving thoughts toward others. Make a strenuous effort to radiate joy and gladness to everybody about you. Say the kindest, pleasantest things. You will soon begin to feel a wonderful uplift. The shadows which darkened your mind will flee away, and the sun of joy will light up your whole being. Stoutly, confidently, everlastingly affirm that you will become what your ambitions indicate as fitting and possible. Do not say, I shall be a success sometime. Say, I am a success. Success is my birthright. Do not say that you are going to be happy in the future. Say to yourself, I was intended for happiness, made for it, and I am happy now. If, however, you affirm, I am health, I am prosperity, I am this or that, but do not believe it, you will not be helped by affirmation. You must believe what you affirm and try to realize it. Assert your actual possession of the things you need, of the qualities you long to have. Force your mind toward your goal. Hold it there steadily, persistently. For this is the mental state that creates. The negative mind, which doubts and wavers, creates nothing. I, myself, am good fortune, says Walt Whitman. If we could only realize that the very attitude of assuming that we are the real embodiment of the thing we long to be or to attain, that we possess the good things we long for, not that we possess all the qualities of good, but that we are these qualities, with the constant affirming, I, myself, am good luck, good fortune. I am, myself, a part of the great creative, sustaining principle of the universe.